Okay, guys, I wanted to follow up my video that I did a few days ago about co-signing or asking somebody to co-sign is a crap plan. And I don't want to seem like a unfeeling jerk. There are alternatives to help people that are in need and that are taking their hand in hand and coming to you to ask for you to co-sign a loan. It takes a lot for somebody to be able to do that. And if you are fairly certain that they genuinely need the help, that they are not likely to dig a deeper hole for themselves, then there are some options that you can explore. One of the first and best things that you could do for that person is you can help them learn about the factors that go into making up their credit score. One of the things that you could do if you do genuinely want to help them is maybe give them $500 to get a secured credit card and start working to actually build their credit. Teach them that they want to keep a less than 10% on there as a revolving balance. So on a $500 card, they would want to keep less than $50 as a balance on there that revolves every month and just make their regular monthly payments. This will help them to grow improve their credit score and grow their credit really quickly. Okay? And it may surprise you that I say give them the money. I was surprised because as I was researching for that video, I ran across an article that talked about it was just better to just give them the money than actually co-sign the loan. And I thought that was ridiculous at first. That was the most absurd thing I'd ever heard. But as I read the article more, I realized that it was making sense. Okay? If you treat it more as a gift and give them the money that they need to get on their feet, to get back on track, whatever the case may be, at least then you're not setting yourself up for the heartache and misery that would come with them defaulting on the loan that you've co-signed, not knowing that they were late because they never bothered to tell you, and then having to deal with all the repercussions, paying the entirety of the loan back yourself, taking the hit to your credit score because of someone else's actions, and then, of course, having to be on the hook for all the many fees, the collections fees, the late fees, the legal fees, all the mountain of fees that can add up whenever somebody falls behind. Remember, 75%, 3 out of every 4 of debts that are co-signed end in defaults. That is just such a crazy high number. I didn't realize that that was truly the case. So, and something else that you need to know, I'll probably end up doing another video on it, is consolidation loans almost never work. They have actually a similar track record, since that's usually what people are trying to get you to co-sign so that they could get out of the jam that they're in. Apparently, after 2 years, 70% of the recipients of a consolidation loan are in the same or worse shape, debt, whatever you would call it, financially, as they were when they got the loan. That is an astronomical number. All right, there is my goodie box. I'm going to go ahead and bounce over there and grab that, I believe. There. Okay, I think we've fully explored this trailer park anyway. Good deal. All right, to get back to what I was talking about. If the person that is coming to you looking for a cosigner is trying to get a car, it might be better to just help them get a car. Help them grab a $1,500 beater so that they could get back and forth to work. Likewise, if they're trying to get a cosigner to buy a home, maybe they've run across a really good deal that they just can't pass up, even though they're young and inexperienced and haven't been able to build up their credit and whatnot yet. There are options available out there for them without getting a cosigner. They might have better luck going through a credit union. They could also, I understand there's a place called Churchill Mortgage that does manual underwriting of loans. Now, I'm not endorsing these Churchill mortgage or whatever. It's just something that I found out about. If there's one, there's probably others. You should do your research. Remember, the odds are If you have little to no credit, well, then you're going to be paying a higher interest rate because you represent a greater risk to lenders. Now, the best thing that you can do to help somebody that is coming to you looking for you to co-sign a loan is to try and teach them not just about how credit works, but how to properly budget, how to stick to a budget, how to establish some discipline, things of that nature when it comes to how money works. Most of the problem that people have is generational financial ignorance. Nobody taught them, and so they've had to kind of Forrest Gump their way. And most of your financial institutions actually make more money off of their ignorance. There's no desire throughout the industry to help people. That's why I'm doing these videos. That's why I want people to help me to spread this information. But I'm not going to get off on that tangent right now. I will tell you that sadly, most people will turn down this kind of help, either due to pride or vanity or some other reason. They will think that they know better. They won't realize the value of what you're trying to present them with, and so they will just turn up their nose to it. And that does make me sad. But what that tells you, as the person that they were seeking the co-signature from, is that odds are they were part of that 3 out of 4 that were going to fail, that were going to default. And by not co-signing that loan, you just dodged a huge bullet. Help the ones that you can. The ones that won't accept the kind of help that you're willing to offer, there's not much you can do except try to point them in the right direction. And lest you think that I'm just spouting off some nonsense, oh, I can't relate, you've never been in this situation, you were probably born with a silver spoon in your hand. No, my friends, I've been on both ends of this conversation. Life has not been a bowl of cherries for me and my family, and most of this is coming from experience, hard-fought experience. And my biggest goal, my greatest desire, is to help people avoid the years of heartache and misery that we endured to get the knowledge that we've acquired on these subjects. And that's why I'm presenting it to you now. I'd much rather you share this with somebody and them get this information early on so that they can avoid these mistakes, these traps, these things that would otherwise hold them down and prevent them from reaching their goals and dreams. I'd much rather that they'd be able to set aside money for retirement and live comfortably, have an emergency fund, and be able to take of opportunities as they come around rather than have to pass them up because they didn't prepare, budget, and learn the information that they needed to. I got a little ranty there at the end. I'm sorry about that, but if you guys have questions, comments, bewilderment, whatever, hit me with it here on Twitch or Xbox. As always, you can leave it in a comment below the video on YouTube since I put this information there as well. You can also reach out to me at fustianfinance@gmail.com and hit me with personal questions, and I will do the best I can to try and address them, or they might end up in a video.